Springfield, Springfield, it's a hell of a town. The schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down.
Is that from the movie?
Stay tuned. The Simpsons movie is next.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now!
Ask me about my wiener. Would you like to have a suckle of my zipper? Like perfect 10?
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Yeah, Jamie!
We want a shrubbery. Slippy, slappy, Swanson?
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly! Shut up!
Welcome back to the funniest movie ever. I'm your host, Rip. Across from me is my co-host, Chaps. Say hi, Chaps.
Hello.
Fade in. Season 3, Episode 5. Don't have a cow, man.
Hold for laughs.
Hold for laughs. Today we're covering the Simpsons movie, but before we dive in, Chaps, how are you? What's new? And what are you watching?
I'm good, Rip. Not a whole lot is new, but I've caught a couple, actually not even a couple movies, but a couple things I've been watching this last week. My partner and I watched The Menu.
Oh, nice.
Finally got around to doing that. And I have a new anime obsession, which I could speak to after my thoughts on The Menu. Okay, yeah, so The Menu. I love Ray Fiennes. That's
Ray Fiennes?
Ray Fiennes. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I say it differently every time. Sometimes I call him Ralph.
Fucking
and just
Voldemort?
go with it, yeah. Love him. Anya Taylor-Joy. She's great. I think they're both superb. I'll watch pretty much everything that these two are in. I think they're both really, really great in this movie. I just don't think I connected to the movie at all.
No.
You know? Yeah, I don't know. I just like... It was interesting. It was good. But at the end, I was just kind of left with more questions than answers, which I'm not really a fan of in these kind of movies. I think, I kind of wanted a little bit more backstory, motivations, why the chef is like killing all these people. Like we got it, but like I felt like it wasn't enough.
Yep.
I felt like there was more there that could have been explored. It kind of felt like they chose the shock and awe over the substance a little bit. In this, like, it's just some of the menu items, right? Like when the guy comes out and just, paints the floor. Like it's pretty intense.
It does get you.
Because you've seen this, right?
I've seen it, yeah. So I saw it around the time it came out. Is it Nicholas Hoult? Is he the lead actor?
Yeah,
in it?
I fucking hate him in it.
Really?
Which is like,
no. In it.
I hate his character.
Yeah,
so that's like a sign he's doing really, really good.
Okay.
Like he's fantastic. Like Nicholas Hoult is playing it so well. The character he's playing though, I'm sorry you had to play that character, Nick.
That's funny. No, because I was gonna say the one thing I took away from this movie was like whoever the casting director is, like give them an Oscar because they nailed it, right? Like,
yeah.
I just feel like him, like Nicholas Hoult, Anya Taylor-Joy, and then Ray Fiennes, like just perfect, like a perfect trio for this kind of weird, like, what do you call it? It's kind of like a dark comedy, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a dark comedy, like a bit of a thriller-ish, I guess, as well.
Especially like Anya Taylor-Joy, is that her name?
Yep.
Her career is just like, it's so fascinating to me, like her choices thus far. And like, she just fits this vibe so perfectly.
She honestly ends up fitting everything she's in. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, everything she's in, I'll watch it and she's great. Like, I've watched The Queen's Gambit like 20 times. Like, I think I brought that up when we were talking about Marty Supreme. Like, why didn't they do Queen's Gambit but for ping pong?
I'm sorry, are you a big chess guy?
I am now. Like after, like I'm pretty sure like you could track the trending, like the Google searches, like how much chess.com saw traffic after that series aired on Netflix. Directly correlated. I will say though, the cheeseburger looked really dope.
Yeah,
Looked like a really, really good cheeseburger. I also like that like there's a little bit of like knowledge to be gained from most of the menu item. Like there's it's such a foodie's delight, this movie probably. But I love that his explanation of like, of course it's got to be American cheese. It doesn't like part, like it doesn't separate when it gets hot. I'm like, I didn't know that, but now that I do, it's always going to be American cheese on my burgers.
I'm learning and enjoying.
Yeah. Well, learning, not always enjoying. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those ones where I just couldn't like, and just never got into it. for lack of like a better
This is
critical
literally-
take.
No, because I totally understand what you're talking about, because this was literally me last week with Caught Stealing.
Right. Yeah.
Right? It's like all the elements are there that I normally enjoy, but just for some reason I just didn't connect. And like that's fine,
Yeah.
you know, like that happens.
Yeah. I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like
I
it.
do have a question though, because this is such a random movie for you to throw on. I need to know what was going on behind the scenes here for you to land on this.
I've been wanting to watch this movie for some time now. Like I said, I like the cast. I was intrigued by the premise. It seemed interesting. I think my partner and I were just looking for something to put on, and like we were in one of those moods of like, if we don't figure it out in 30 seconds, we're not watching anything. Like we're putting on Schitt's Creek again and just going there. Like my partner wanted to watch something. I forget what she wanted to watch, and I was like, no, I want to check out something new. I think she was in like a horror-y mood, so we threw on the trailer for the menu, and then she's like, okay, I'm in. And then we watched it, and I think we both had similar thoughts of like, like it had interesting ideas, but again, like it just didn't get there for us.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, now let me tell you what I'm really stoked about.
Are we back? We were doing a
my
segment
new
of
anime.
Chops Anime Corner. Okay.
Yeah, Chaps' Anime Corner. I've been watching this show called, I'm going to butcher this name, so if you're a fan of the show and you know this show, tell me how to pronounce it. Haikyu with 2 exclamation marks.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Yeah. It's a volleyball anime.
Shut
and I'm completely obsessed with it.
up. Were you perusing like Jam Sports volleyball sign up list or?
No. I've known about this anime and I've just never put it on. And finally I was like, okay, I need like a new anime to check out. And somehow like it feels a lot like Dragon Ball Z, where like there's power levels, the players like scream to have stronger attacks and like power up their moves. And it's kind of just fantastic. Like it's so over the top.
What move? Like their volleyball moves, or are they like?
Yes, they're volleyball moves.
Stop.
Dude, I'm not. There's like, okay, so it revolves around like a high school volleyball team,
Okay.
and you've never really watched anime, right?
No, but like I know the like stereotypes of it. So
Yeah, the big trope of anime is like you get a lot of internal dialogue, like
Okay.
from the characters. So there's like this one guy who's like the setter on the team, and like the way I love it because the way they all talk about themselves, right? Oh, I have to place the ball perfectly as the ace jumps into the air and his hand reaches the arc and makes contact with the ball. Like it's just it's so amazing, and I'm all here for it.
Hell yeah, man!
I've got 4 more seasons to go.
I'm happy for you. Oh, sorry. There's 4 seasons out.
I think there's 4 seasons out. I'm on the first one right now. 15 episodes in, loving it. It's fantastic.
This actually leads me to and I have an interesting question now. So there's 4 seasons, and you said how many episodes are in a season?
I think it's like one of those like 20-ish.
Amazing. You know what?
Yeah,
Maybe
it's a classic anime.
Maybe I'm a big anime fan at heart. I'm clearly a big fan of how they format their seasons. So.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. There's 20 episodes. It works for you. I'll do some perusing. Maybe there we can find a Rip anime. We'll get you on the train.
All right.
How about you? What have you been watching?
Are we not going to talk about Survivor season 50?
I knew you were going to bring that up, so I kind of just left that one for you.
I have to ask, are you in the pool this season? I haven't checked.
I am not. I opted out of the pool.
You opted out of the pool. Okay.
I did opt out of the pool. Yeah. I want to quit the gym. No, I don't know. I take some issues with the pool. We could talk offline about it.
Okay. But to be clear, your partner is in the pool, right?
Oh yeah, she's in the pool.
Okay.
And she has issues with the pool as well.
Do you know who she has?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's okay.
I have no idea.
I'm so on board with this season. It's only been 1 episode. Like we're obviously, recording ahead of time here. So I think when this drops, there'll be 2, maybe 3. I love a gimmick of bringing back returning players or returning characters, anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm fully on board. Like I am always here for a best of best competition.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like
there's one thing I really want to talk about. How did Mike White get so jacked?
He's fucking shredded, right?
Yeah, the guy's got a 6-pack.
Well, I mean, we know how he got shredded. Fucking White Lotus money now.
Yeah, White Lotus money, personal chef, personal trainer.
He's got fucking like veneers for his abs. Those aren't real. I'm calling it out right now.
Yeah, remember when everyone used to think Brad Pitt had like implants, like ab implants? There was like a rumor. There was a rumor about that. Yeah.
For any Survivor fans out there, I have Christian. My wife has Genevieve. Let us know what you think of my picks.
Genevieve's a good pick. I had Genevieve I had her a couple seasons ago, and I ended up losing to my partner who had Rachel.
I do remember this. We actually talked about this on the pod. You thought the money was coming home either way, right?
Well, exactly. I was fine. I was happy with it. I didn't get to see any of that money though.
Okay. Cable TV aside, I watched 2 movies on my flight to Whistler and back.
Nice. What'd you check out?
So one, I watched Jay Kelly.
Okay.
I'm still getting caught up on my like 2025 movies. This one was an uphill battle for me from the start. I'm not really sure how you expect your audience to empathize or sympathize with a millionaire, like famous actor coming to terms with, you know, how he quote unquote missed out on life. Like poor Jay Kelly, he just wants to ride the fucking train through Europe like us peasants. Meanwhile, he could just take his fucking PJ. Like, buddy, you don't want the PJ? Give it to me. I'll take it.
So is that like the loose premise of the movie?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a walk through his life and how like...
This one also has Sandler in it. And
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my hot take, was basically like, this movie takes itself so seriously that it does itself a disservice. Like, I truly think if you put Sandler in Clooney's role, because Sandler plays his like manager / agent, and you have Clooney play the agent instead, you get something like closer to, say, like Click, or
Funny People,
yeah, right? Yeah. Where, you know, the movie, it clearly has like a sad undertone, but at the same time, you're there for the laughs, right? Like, Click is hilarious, but it also made me cry like a little bitch.
It's not bitchy to cry.
It's true. It's not. I take it back.
Very manly.
You checked my man card. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one I watched was Smashing Machine.
Okay. Yeah. That's The Rock. That's the other Safdie. Which Ben? That's Benny?
I don't know. The other one.
Because Josh Safdie did Marty. And so here, I guess like the overall take is like, don't make movies alone. Make them together.
So basically, The Rock ditches the Rockisms and he gets serious here.
Right.
This was a fucking bore, man. My critique is as simple as that.
Yeah.
I wasted 2 hours of my life on like surface level feelings and a convoluted plot that really went nowhere. There's barely any workout montages. Like, I thought I was getting Pain and Gain. I did not get Pain and Gain. Just go watch Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
That's my take.
I feel like I threw on Smashing Machine and had a similar, like within 10 minutes, it's like, I know I'm not going to enjoy this. Like, I'm sure The Rock's performance is fine and like is probably really interesting to see him do something like this, but I don't want that version of The Rock. And I love that you're trying it, Rock, but you do you. I'll be here for the next Rockism movie.
See, like, I don't disagree with you because I love Red One. I love Pain and Gain. Like, I love what's the other one? Walking Tall. That's him too, right?
That's like one of his like first ones, like from back in the day.
Great movie. Yeah. But I didn't mind him in this. Like, Serious Rock isn't bad. Like, my critique of this movie is not any issue with The Rock. It's the writing. Like, the writing is just not exciting.
Which is completely fair. And like I like what I did see of The Rock. I'm like, this is an interesting performance from him. Like, I'm just not into this movie. Like, I'm just not going to be into it. So I kind of just like got out in front of it and said, you know what? I'm going to take those 2 hours back and put on Pain and Gain.
Put on Pain and Gain. Let's go. All right. When we're back, we're talking Springfield.
20th Century Fox presents the greatest Simpsons family adventure of all time.
Dad, it's not fair to use a bug zapper to catch the fish.
I think I have a nibble.
On July 27th.
President Schwarzenegger.
That is me.
Springfield has reached crisis levels. I've narrowed your choices down to 5 unthinkable options.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
When disaster threatens our world,
They're going to destroy Springfield.
one family will show everyone what they're made of.
This is the worst day of my life.
It's the worst day of your life so far.
Now,
I declare a state of emergency.
time
Dad, do something.
This book doesn't have any answers.
is
What? Tell us!
running out.
Did I save the day?
Actually, you doomed us all.
Go!
All right, we're back. Here's today's George format. We're going to give some initial impressions of the movie. We're going to cover cast, dive into the meat and potatoes of the movie, give our closing thoughts, funniest scenes, MVC, and then we're going to wrap things up with a discussion of some of our favorite episodes of The Simpsons. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, The Simpsons Movie, released in 2007. Quick maths, how old are you?
Quick maths. I don't know. 14? 15.
15.
Those were both guesses. The whole time that I was thinking, my brain didn't do the math.
I love it.
I was like, how do I make my brain just do math?
All right, so this movie had a budget of $75 million. It grossed approximately $536.4 million worldwide. That's fucking insane.
That's pretty great. That's like a really great ratio. Like, yeah. Impressive.
Critics gave it an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 77% audience score, 3.5 on Letterboxd. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, those. I'm shocked at the critic number, to be completely honest.
I mean, it's hard to say, and we'll get into it when we actually start discussing the movie. But I don't know, because the hype for this movie was so large that I'm not surprised. The way it's aged, though, I don't know. We'll get into it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
The movie releases after season 18 of The Simpsons. The golden age is considered by most to be seasons 3 through 8, 9, 10, which
Something like that.
Yeah, which would have ended around 1998. You and I are both 6 years old, so we're obviously watching past 1998. Though personally, I remember the golden age much better. I would say as a result of reruns, right? Would you agree?
Like absolutely. Like I don't think I ever saw these golden era episodes while they aired. Like it was very much like you mentioned, like you're 6 years old. My parents started watching this when I was about like 10. Like they wouldn't let me watch it until I was a little bit older, so I didn't catch these golden era seasons. But through the reruns, through the syndication of it, I saw them the most mainly. And like absolutely, I think just like going through seasons 1 to 10 to pick out the faves to discuss later.
Yeah.
I was shocked by just how many bangers are concentrated in like a block. Like seasons 3 to 8 alone, I was like, oh, here's a great one. Here's another one and another one. By the end of it, I was like at 6 to 8 episodes a season, that could have easily been one of my favorites. Like it was wild. Like the concentration of just good episodes in that era is kind of absurd.
It's an insane run. And then, again, you have 20 episodes per season as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just, there's nothing like it. And it is a Hall of Fame run.
No, for sure. I will say there's some episodes in like 10 and 12, like outside of the golden era that I do really enjoy. But like, again, the concentration isn't there, which is what I keep coming back to. I look at it, I'm like I didn't know all of these great episodes were all from the same season. Like it's kind of like you feel like they'd be all over like the course of the show, but no, they're just like concentrated there.
It's crazy. And I think you don't really realize it at the time because again, as a kid and as a tween and as a teen, you're catching the reruns out of order too, right? So you don't really realize like, holy shit, like I could have picked 5 out of, the 10 that I did pick for our discussion later on from one season.
Oh yeah, easily.
I tried really hard not to. And then even looking at the years, it just messes with you, right? I'm like, oh shit, like 1996, I can't relate to what the hell's going on in 1996, but however many years later, it's still cracking me up just reading the description of the episode, right?
Yeah, you know what's going on. You read some of the names like, oh, Mr. Plow, I need no more. Like that's
let's talk animation domination. This is best summed up as the block of shows on Fox from 2005 until about 2009, 2010. It consisted of The Simpsons, King of the Hill, Family Guy, and then later worked in live action shows like Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what a fucking run, right?
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate like King of the Hill at the time, but as an adult, like I've truly come around to it. We didn't know how good we had it at the time, man.
We didn't get it.
Like, again, you know, perfect example. You're sitting there with your partner trying to decide what to watch. And meanwhile, you know, 7 p.m. rolls around on a Sunday and you have your entire night filled out for you.
Did I ever tell you guys? I think this was during like the height of the pandemic where I was like just going stir crazy, didn't know what to watch all the time. And like I wrote out like a list from memory of like what used to be on when at certain times during the day. So on like every day, I'm like, oh yeah. So from like 3 to 4, you had like Home Improvement was on. And then from like 4 to 5, this was on. And then at, like starting at 8, all of the cartoons came on. So I had like a rundown of that. And I would just like, for a while, refer to it when I didn't have something to watch, like when I didn't know what to do. And I would just put on what was supposed to be on reruns at the time.
I love that. That's so good. Can you give us a preview? What do you got on there?
Like I said, it was like you had things like Home Improvement. What were the other after school shows? Like Home Improvement.
So good.
That was a big
Boy Meets
one.
World. Were you ever
Boy
into
Meets World? Boy Meets World was an early morning show before school.
Okay.
Though.
Okay.
It was on, and then like after Home Improvement, around like 4:35, you got the block of just Seinfeld on Peachtree.
Peachtree, King of
for
Queens.
like
yeah,
Seinfeld, King of Queens, like Frasier for like 3 hours, and that takes you through dinner, and then you get like the animation stuff at like starting at like about 7:38. You got like your Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama, all that stuff.
It's so interesting. You know, everybody talks about how we're in the like era of prestige TV, and I guess there's a difference because what we're getting now is truly like prestige TV, right? Like high budget, like big name actors, celebrities. 6 episodes, 1 season. You know, we get spin-offs, we get limited series. But like to me, man, my golden era of TV is what you're describing. It's just, I don't know if you want to call it like the sitcom era or
I don't know. You just didn't have to think.
It didn't take itself too seriously. And like, to me, everybody goes to TV for their own thing, right? Like whether you go to enjoy it with your partner or your friends or, you know, it's your escapism, whatever. Like personally, like I go to watch TV to just like laugh and to just turn my brain off.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have to follow these kind of shows. Like this was my golden era of television.
Right. Yeah. The best part about like The Simpsons back then was like there was no thread to keep a hold of from episode to episode. Like every once in a while you got to like who shot Mr. Burns and like you tune in next time, right? But like it for the most part it was all just standalone.
I
like,
love it.
You could just drop in and out wherever you wanted. Like I miss the days of just reruns, man. Like I wish the services like Netflix and Prime and all that stuff had like a rerun button. Like give me the like I don't want to go through your catalog. Like I'm tired. There's too many things to look at. I just want to hit the rerun button on Simpsons and be served the most watched episodes.
They have like a shuffle, but it's not the same, you know?
It's not the same.
You need like a Pluto TV where you just, you know, flip through the guide and do something like that. But even that, I don't know. It's not the same. You can't like replicate that like nostalgia, right?
No, definitely not. I tried in the pandemic and it didn't work.
So not too long ago, I actually went back and I tried to pick up where I left off in The Simpsons. It took at least a good hour just reading through plots and stories to figure out where the hell I lost track.
Right.
I don't think I actually made it to season 18. The most recent episode I believe I have like the foggiest memory of would be season 16, episode 8. Homer and Ned's Hail Mary Pass. Essentially, this is the one where I think Homer just teaches famous like athletes celebrations, like Sally's in the end zone, or figure skating, I think was one. Do you remember this one? Do you remember where you left off?
It's hard to say. Like you said, like I don't think I made it past 13 or 14. Like when I was scrolling through the episodes, like a lot of the later seasons, none of the episode names were jumping out at me. Like whereas pre 13 and 14, like there were some things in 12 and 11 that I saw and like recognized. And I think it's like my dad used to be a huge fan of The Simpsons. Like we watched new episodes quite religiously, and then like it kind of just started to fall off. Like I don't know what it was that we just fell out of The Simpsons. It just changed. Like it's such an interesting thing to think about. Like maybe I became a teenager and went to high school.
That's got to be it. I was going to say, I'm going to take
it.
a stab at it. Like you hit puberty and you started to want to like talk to girls and your friends instead of
which is so
Simpsons
funny
with your dad.
because which is like I don't know. I wish I kept watching Simpsons with my dad because like this show started when he was in his 30s,
That's
right?
crazy.
And he loved it. Like he loved The Simpsons. Like And he was the kind of guy that got a lot of the humor. Like he knew the politics of the time and like understood the bits that were going on there, or I was laughing because he was laughing. Right. And then obviously there's all the stuff between Bart and Homer that are just like slapstick gags that I just laughed at because they're fucking funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of my favorite like fun facts to like just share with my wife because she's not a fan of The Simpsons at all. Like she thinks it's
neither
stupid,
is my partner.
right?
My partner thinks the same thing.
And I tell her all the time, like it just makes me laugh the idea that a bunch of like guys graduated from like Harvard or Yale or any Ivy League schools, and they just decided,
right,
let's write a cartoon instead of like I don't know, doing important work.
It just goes to show how smart you have to be stupid.
Yeah,
like
honestly, that's a great
take.
take.
It is so hard, like working in advertising, like we write TV spots and we try to make them funny, and like being funny is incredibly hard. Being stupid funny is even harder. Like you need to be a smart person to understand what's going to be stupid. Like it's such an interesting dynamic. And like you said, like all these people graduating Harvard, like you could talk through the list of writers that have been on the show and like they've gone on to do so many other things, right?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
It's truly incredible. Okay, so let's dive in here. Our writers, James L. Brooke, Matt Groening, and of course Al Jean. Director, David Silverman, coming off co-directing Monsters, Inc.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Right? That's pretty crazy. Cast, we'll mention the usuals here, but really I want to spend this section kind of discussing like side characters more than anything.
Right, yeah.
So we have Dan Castellaneta, Nancy Cartwright, Hank Azaria, Julie Kavner, Yeardley Smith, and Albert Brooks makes a guest appearance to voice our big bad Russ Cargill. Cargill? It doesn't matter.
Truly doesn't.
Secondary characters. I'm excited to get your thoughts on this because I think they were right trying to get as many in here as possible. It's just the execution of it all didn't really gel with me. Like some of my favorite characters, include Chief Wiggum, Mo Sislak, comic book guy, Kent Brockman, Lionel Hutz, and of course, Mr. Burns. I feel like while many of these guys like made a cameo, it wasn't satisfying, like it was shoehorned in. Like comic book guys seen having tea with Marge. Do you remember them ever having any kind of pre-existing relationship? Like I don't get it,
But that's one of those things where I started to question because like by the time this movie came out, I think I had completely fallen off of watching the new episode. So I wasn't sure of any new dynamics and whatnot. So on this rewatch, I was like, does some of this stuff just not make sense? Because I wasn't up to date on, what'd you say, season 18? Like I didn't get that far. And so it was just one of, like, obviously I'm not going to watch 6 seasons of Simpsons to prep for this episode, but I just kept questioning that. Yeah.
And I mean, at the time of the release, like, how would you watch those, right? Because it's Netflix,
That's
Disney
true.
Plus, whatever wasn't a time. I guess your LimeWire downloading.
There was a website called, what was the website called? Like allsimpsonstv.com or something like that. And it literally just had
South Park had one.
I thought they had one for Simpsons as well.
Really?
Because I remember the like the background for the website was the TV.
Oh, okay.
That they were like the Simpsons, like the family TV, right?
Yeah. Okay. I guess like this, honestly, this kind of plays into my major qualm with the movie is, for example, like Wiggum shows up a decent amount, but not enough still. Like you have seasons worth of character development, emphasizing characters like Mr. Burns as sort of your routine big bad in Springfield. Yet we brought in an entirely new villain in Russ Cargill. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about this? Like, was anyone missing for you? Like, do you think they kind of like misfired here, bringing in a new character when, again, we underutilize so many others?
I hear what you're saying. Like, there's two parts to that for me. It's like some of the side characters, I think you mentioned a couple of them, like that I wish I got to see more of are the Mr. Burns, the Lionel Hutzes. There's a serious lack of Sideshow Bob in this movie, which is like shocking to me.
Yep.
Mo, again, like you said, like there's so many side characters that are left out and their cameos don't feel connected to the movie.
Yes.
They feel disconnected. They feel disjointed. They feel like just kind of tossed in, right? Like they don't feel part of it all. And then my thoughts on Russ Cargill, whatever his name is. I think you kind of had this point too. Like he's the Hank Scorpio comp.
Yeah.
And it's voiced by the same actor.
It's Albert Brooks.
And at first you don't mind it, and then the movie plays out, and then it starts to not make any sense because you're like, okay, well, the more you go on with it, the more it just feels like Hank Scorpio and you're taking the same beats, except you're doing it bad. Like you're doing
why
it
not
poorly.
just use Hank Scorpio, right?
Yeah, why not just use Hank Scorpio or like one of my thoughts was like, if you're gonna have a new villain, he needs to have a connection to the family.
Yes.
Or the town. And I don't think Russ Cargill has either. Like he literally just shows up to hand President Schwarzenegger the he shows up for a bit. Like, I'm here to lead, not to read. Like,
absolutely, yeah. And again,
it feels ham-fisted.
We're shoehorning in another, cameo of a character underutilized. Like I would have loved to see Rainier Wolfcastle period, in the town. Instead, we just basically made him the president, right? And it's
exactly.
I get what you're doing, but I don't think the bit is funny enough to waste him like that.
No, I agree. And the thought that started to come to mind is like, why didn't we get like a Sinister Six of Springfield baddies here? Like, why didn't Burns, Sideshow Bob, and a couple of the other guys, and like Hank Scorpio, like
Fat
why
Tony?
weren't they Fat Tony? Why weren't they sort of some sort of supervillain team, for lack of a better term, like to like be the impetus that is the problem that the Simpsons need to solve, kind of thing,
100%.
right?
Like I couldn't agree more. I honestly think it was a huge misfire here, not using someone like Sideshow Bob in place of Russ Cargill, because again, like Bob even there's even a political backstory to Bob. Like he ran for mayor of Springfield in one episode. Just again shoehorn that back in. We're shoehorning everything else in. Just use that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's dive into the movie and discuss our impressions of the introduction to our major plot points here. So let's start with Homer and Bart. So Homer and Bart starts with a preview of their long-running dynamic, more of a buddy-friend relationship than father-son. I think that's fair to say. They're exchanging dares until we reach one of the internet's all-time favorite memes. This is the worst day of your life so far.
Classic.
After Bart skateboards naked through town, landing face first into Krusty Burger's window, we see Homer throws him under the bus with Chief Wiggum. We see this sends Bart to join the Flanders flock. Any thoughts on this?
Right now, like as this is all happening, like it's kind of par for the course.
Yep.
Like it feels very Simpsons. It feels very classic Simpsons stuff. Like you get a lot of these slapstick humor between Bart and Homer. All the dares and stuff that they're doing. Like Homer getting the hammer in the eye when you think he's gonna when you think he's gonna hit his thumb is just an all-time misdirect. Like that is what Simpsons is known for. Like their misdirects, their writing is usually let's like state something bad and then the thing that could make that thing bad, the thing that could make that worse, and then do the worst thing. like that's like a classic like formula for the Simpsons. So I'm actually like enjoying all this stuff. And then as you mentioned, there's the wedge between Homer and Bart. And that's where it starts to feel like, oh no, are we gonna just like poorly rehash old storylines? Yeah, because like they've done the Bart goes with the Flanders flock, like you mentioned, they've done that before. So it's like
they've done that.
Why are we retreading this ground? It's
for sure,
and not in a new way that's more interesting. Like
it's also not the first wedge we've seen between the two of them, right?
Right.
I have it written down. Season 4, episode 14, Brother from Another Planet. Bart joins the Big Brother agency after Homer forgets to pick him up from soccer practice. Bart ends up getting a new father figure in Tom, and Homer joins getting a little brother, Peppy, or Pepsi as he refers to it, which is, just on the outside looking in, one of my favorite episodes. I think it's a really good one. I don't mind them rehashing storylines. Again, like the Simpsons fan in me kind of wants that. Like, I don't really want anything new.
Like you want a little bit of like an end game, Avengers end game, where they're like pulling from interesting moments. Bit, but I want that as well, done differently than they did it here.
And better.
Yeah.
Let's talk Lisa then. So her story here revolves around her long-standing interest in the environment.
Classic.
She's going to marry a carrot. She's expressed her concerns over Lake Springfield to the town. We're also introduced to a love interest here in Colin, an Irish boy whose father may or may not be Bono.
Yeah. Unclear.
What are your thoughts on her story? Is it working better for you? Is it familiar?
It feels very familiar. It feels on character for Lisa. Like I feel like they've also done similar, like Lisa's saving something, right? Lisa's saving the turtles or the
turtles.
the forest. She's saving stuff. Like this is like a trope for her. But what's also nice about it is a little bit of a spoof on the trend of the time. Like this is big climate change era. Like when this movie comes out, 2007. Like they call the right, that movie, and then you have the irritating discussion or something like that. Like what they call when Lisa calls the town hall together. Yeah. It's like an irritating truth. I can't remember what it was, but again, they're playing on that.
I guess like my issue with this is it's a cop out at this point because it really is like the same issue that I've brought up already. I would have liked to have seen like a recurring character play the role of Colin. Like I don't really know him coming in. Like did this kid win like a prize to be in the movie or something? Like she's shown interest.
Dude, it feels like that,
right? She's shown interest in boys before, like Milhouse or Nelson. I've always like really liked Martin Prince, and I think like this would have been something new while still kind of rehashing similar like plot lines we've had if like he kind of played that role.
Yeah, for sure. It's like you said, like the new characters don't do enough to feel like they've earned their spot to be in this movie.
That's a good point.
It's like you're wasting screen time for other great characters that we could show again. Like
and like, did they make him Irish just for the Bono joke? Like, they must have, right?
I probably like it makes sense.
All right, finally, let's talk about Marge and Grandpa Simpson here. Grandpa Simpson has this strange supernatural outburst, I guess, in the middle of church.
Yeah, he gets possessed.
It's nice to see like him actually get a role in this. Again, he doesn't get a ton of screen time, but like I love Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, he's got one of my favorite lines in the movie. I'll get to it later.
Okay. So he's like seemingly possessed, and he issues this cryptic warning to the townsfolk of Springfield.
Yeah.
As we're introduced to Bart, Homer, and Lisa's stories here, we also see Marge in the background kind of trying to decipher what it is Grandpa Simpson was going on about.
Yeah, this just feels like busy work for Marge.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
And it doesn't, I don't know, I feel like they could have done more with Marge. Like, if you're going to attach Marge and Grandpa, I feel like that's an interesting dynamic that doesn't get explored a lot on the show.
Oh, okay.
But then here it's like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like it's like Grandpa has this weird possession outburst in church. He's like screaming "Ipa, Ipa," and like going crazy. Marge doesn't quite ever solve the riddle until everything happens. Until everything happens. So it's like, I don't know. It felt like classic Simpsons, like not giving Marge a great story. Like for lack of a better way of phrasing that.
I agree with what you're saying, that like it doesn't seem to have like a large role in anything, but I do find it's at least in line with her character as kind of being like the voice of reason, like the rational one of the bunch, right? I also do love like a good code cracking.
Yeah, the one worrying about the thing that no one cares about yet, like
right.
But we should be caring about it.
So I guess my main issue here, and this sort of ties into what I want to discuss with you next, is the stakes at hand.
Right.
So, Spider Pig's silo of dump or whatever has pushed Lake Springfield over the edge to the point where the town has become the most polluted town in the U.S. As a result, the EPA or EPA places a giant dome over Springfield. So these stakes are pretty fucking massive. This isn't just a Simpsons problem. It's a Springfield problem. How do you feel about this?
Like, I like it. Like, I like that it isn't just a family, like Simpsons family problem, that it is a town-wide problem. I love the idea of the dome. I think the dome is really, I felt like the dome was going to be ripe for a lot of comedy.
Okay.
Because it sort of feels like you're doing a play on the classic, like that literal, like it's a bottle episode. Like they're like literally bottling up Springfield in a way. Like it's all going to happen just in Springfield, but then they leave. And it's like, and I'm like, what was the point of the dome? Like, I want to see, like, I do want to see more of this. Like, there's part of me that wishes the movie focused on, like, when Mo comes back near the end and he's like, oh, hiya, Midge. And he's like, he's now emperor of Springfield. Give us that storyline instead. Like,
yes, 100%. So 2 points here, because you nailed half of my point, which is personally, I think this is too big. I think the stakes are too big. Unlike your take, I kind of wish that it was just Springfield. Like, I kind of wish it was just the Simpsons. I kind of wish that it was their problem and they had to navigate, I guess, the townsfolk to solve it. So
Right.
I personally, I thought the stakes were too large, but I agree with you in that, like, I wish it was contained to just the town. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We've seen so many other places in The Simpsons, you know, whether it be Shelbyville or Capital City. Why are we going to Alaska?
Dude, this part just, I think my brain shut off during this part of the movie. I was like, why are we leaving Springfield? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Like,
But I hear what you're saying with that take, though. Like, it does, it just leads to it not being connected to the family or the townsfolk.
Exactly.
And I think you can do it in a way where, like, yeah, the dome, there's this environmental catastrophe. I mean, they've kind of been beating around that bush the entire series with the nuclear power plant, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's like a classic
100%.
trope of the show. So it's like, I feel like if they kept it contained to within the dome and they just did a spoof on, like, Stephen King's Under the Dome, like, you know, they bring in that stuff, you know, I think
100%.
it could have been interesting and it could have been more personal, like what you're looking for.
Like, dude, I could not agree with you more. Like, we have countless seasons of geography within the town of Springfield, and it's one of my favorite things is how fleshed out it is. Like, ranging from the tire yard, you know, to Mr. Burns' mansion, to the Quickie Mart, to even, again, to mention again, Shelbyville. Like, why am I not getting to see any of these spots? Like, as a fan of the show, you know, I feel a little cheated out of it going to Alaska.
Yeah. Like,
it just feels like a misfire.
I agree. Like, it's so, like you said, like the town and the show and the characters, they're all so synonymous with each other. I don't get why you'd ever separate those. Like, it's weird. It's a weird decision.
By leaving, you're leaving out all of, like, my favorite side characters. We're rehashing the same point.
Was it like, look, were they like, oh, let's go to Alaska because, like, at this time was, like, Sarah Palin, like, like, popular in the political cycle? Like, I can't remember what was going on in 2000. I know Al Gore and Bush and whatnot, but like was that what was happening? I mean, they were like, oh, we're gonna do like a Palin joke here. Like, who knows?
I don't know. I hope not. That's
well, because it didn't pay off, and there was no joke. So
let's talk about the start of the resolution of this, right? So a little bit earlier in the movie, we see Homer has to fix a sinkhole in the backyard sandbox. Naturally, he doesn't, but rather he just kind of sticks Maggie on top of it. So I guess Homer's half-assed attempt here is actually the Simpsons' saving grace. They're able to escape the bloodthirsty mob that's coming for Homer's head after realizing he is responsible for the lake, and in turn responsible for the dome. So this kicks off our whole midpoint. Simpsons heading to Alaska. We've touched on this, the grand scale of things, and, you know, sending them out of Springfield. So why don't we switch gears? Let's talk some funny. I'll kick it off if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This does prompt a few of the funnier gags of the movie for me. We get Homer riding the motorcycle at the fair, which did make me laugh a few times. I think he goes up into it and just knocks it over, and the guy goes, that counts as one.
Yeah, that's one try. It's like, but to me though, that gag, like, I did laugh at it, but then I was also like, wait, Homer was part of a motorcycle gang. Like, he knows how to ride a motorcycle. He knows how to use a motorcycle as if it were a great sword and fight another biker with it. Like,
what is it? Hell's Satan's?
Yeah, something like that. But like, I get it. Yeah, this sequence kind of does give you some of the more funnier parts.
I can live with, like, that kind of continuity not being involved in it. And I have to think, this is something I wanted to touch on a little more in our closing thoughts. This movie isn't just for the fans, right? Like, all of us Simpsons nerds are obviously going to go see it already, but maybe like people, maybe people in Alaska felt unseen, right? You know, the wider audience.
Why? Because they're not one of the 4 states that border Springfield.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give it to the first opening 20, 30-ish minutes of this movie. Like, there were some funny gags. Like, there were things that had me laughing. Like, I already mentioned the hammer to the eye. Nelson ha-haing at Bart until the sun goes down, and then his mom showing up and continuing it is really great. Like, that's really fun. Homer seeing the pig and he's like, you can't kill him if he's wearing people clothes. I have to mention this. Both my dad and I were super big fans of Spider Pig.
Yeah.
We both enjoy Spider Pig. I remember my dad he'd be walking around the house sometimes and just singing to himself, Spider Pig, and just cracking himself up. Like,
to me, like the whole spider pig thing just serves as a reminder of like companies have been doing this for decades, for I guess centuries, just, you know, baby Yoda-ing it, like picking something that's like adorable but like gimmicky for, you know, fans to just latch on for free advertisement. Like this is what Spider Pig was. Spider Pig was fucking everywhere in 2007.
That's true, he was. Yeah. The dome coming down too was like, I felt like they could have done more with it, but we got some decent gags, you know, like Martin's what is that thing called? Teeter-totter gets like one edge gets landed, so it launches him. You know, there's the guy who like, he's like, oh, do I stay in? Do I get out? Do I stay in? Do I get out? And he just gets
That's
smushed.
a good one. That's the one I was thinking of too.
Yeah. I do really like, is it Professor Frink?
Yeah.
He's like, my new acid drill could cut through anything, and it's just outside the dome. It's pretty funny.
That was good. Yeah, that got me too.
But my favorite line of the movie is, you mentioned the mob comes, they're hunting down the Simpsons, and like Homer's trying to find like excuses and ways out. And he's like, but they'll kill Grandpa. You just hear Grandpa, I'm part of the mob.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't have this one. This was one of my favorite of the whole movie. I think they're in a gas station or something, and Marge is trying to buy diapers, right? And there's a wanted poster for The Simpsons. And she has to distract the clerk, so Bart runs over and he draws mustaches and fucks around with like I think Marge's hair and such. And then I think it's the clerk points out like, oh my God, there they are. And it's
it's like the drawings, right?
The family that Bart drew being arrested by the cops.
Yeah. I do like when Bart is like flashing, I forget what picture he's flashing in Homer's face, but he's just like being like, howdy doodly, howdy doodly, howdy doodly. And it's like making Homer go crazy.
That's so good. Okay, let's talk Tom Hanks.
Again, this was a good bit.
Oh, you were into this, eh?
I was into this, yeah.
Okay. So Tom Hanks is used to introduce our climax, right? The new Grand Canyon. Again, while the stakes in the movie didn't quite do it for me from a story standpoint, this is objectively hilarious.
Yes, it really is.
It does tie it all together like in a hilariously well-written fashion. At this point, the town has also lost their minds, which is also funny.
Yep.
We get some really good gags here of our favorites showing their personality against the dome, like Krusty's throwing pies at it.
Yeah.
You see Drederick Tatum, he's just kind of punching it, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I just think like this is what the movie was really missing, was this kind of personality here, right?
Yeah. Getting these side characters in there and like showing them off and like letting them have their little like moment to shine, like for sure.
I love it. Let's take a temperature check here. So how are you feeling at this point about the direction we're heading in?
Like I think I said it like, okay, let me say Tom Hanks cameo. Amazing.
Okay. So
perfect.
Sorry, we can backtrack to Tom Hanks.
I do want to just like touch on that like briefly. The idea of being bored of the Grand Canyon is just so funny to me. They're like, we're making a new Grand Canyon. And like Tom Hanks is the voice narrating it. There's so much great stuff about that fake commercial. It's really great. My temperature check though, like I felt the first 20, 30 minutes super solid. They felt like Simpsons, you know, it felt like post Golden Era Simpsons, but it isn't bad. You know, I was laughing. I like the dome idea. Like you mentioned before, I miss some of the side characters, but not a bad start, so to speak. And then we introduce this Alaska plot line and I just fall off.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a completely different movie to me. They're kind of cribbing from storylines that we've also seen before. Like Homer's epiphany is really just the fox, like the chili episode, like the vision of the fox. I was like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? I just had so many questions.
It's actually really funny you say that because the fox was something that I actually wanted to bring up.
Right.
The epiphany, I couldn't agree more. Like this is where they totally lost me. The whole Alaska thing. I really think that this moment of like redemption for Homer, this epiphany, if you will, it had to be spurred by a familiar face. I think that's what really got me. Like this, you know, the woman that he runs into or whatever, like, I don't know what the connection is here. It all seems a little too convenient, a little too fast. I really think it had to be like, I guess Flanders would be like the obvious choice, you know?
Right.
There's no connection to Springfield to bring him back to Springfield. And I think that's where you really lose me. And
I totally agree.
Again, maybe you're throwing a bone to the fans by making it the fox in the sky. Like that would have been really funny. The fox, you know, being from the chili cook-off episode, or
right.
sentimental. You want to get, heartwarming here. Like, why not Homer's mom? Like, I believe at this point she's still on the run. Like, I don't think she's died. Like, maybe he runs into her in Alaska. Like, I would even settle for that, right?
That would be an interesting way to bring it back. Like, to like have, like you said, that connection to the town, connection to side characters. I have a question for you. When they like introduced that woman, the indigenous woman at first, like,
yeah,
she's like in these like shadow area. Like, did she not sound exactly like the screaming cat throwing lady?
I can't remember. I think
like she was like, and like I was like, that's the cat lady. That's the one that just walks around throwing cats, and it wasn't. I was like, what the heck? Like, this is weird.
Just trying to get that character like her paycheck.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say we take a break here, and when we're back, we'll wrap it all up.
Sounds good. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Don't forget, new episodes drop every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're enjoying the show, share it with a friend and drop us a 5-star. Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram and Letterboxd. Our links are in the show notes.
All right, we're back. Let's wrap it all up here. Talk conclusion. Homer sneaks in to the dome. He's riding the motorcycle around with the bomb. He's one Bart back, and together they ditch the bomb through the smallest gap atop the dome and save Springfield. We do get one nice callback as they end up riding the motorcycle right over Springfield Gorge, dating back to season 2. Yeah. I did really enjoy that. But overall, like, did this work for you? Did you find it was wrapped up nicely? How did you find it was paced?
Like the whole movie overall?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
it was weird.
Jumping, plot point to plot point here. Like, do you think we got to our midpoint, to like our climax, to our conclusion, like in a reasonable time? Like,
they hit all the beats. This is what, an hour and a half ish
sure,
movie. I like the pace. It's weird because like the movie just slows down completely once you get to Alaska. Like, it just, like, there doesn't feel like a whole lot's going on until you get back to Springfield again. Which
is funny you say that, because I mean they're really not there that long, but it just feels so out of place.
It feels like a long time though. And like you said, like, does this conclusion work? Like, I like that the motorcycle comes back into play. Again, this is where I had that point, like, did they forget that Homer was once in a motorcycle gang? But I think it makes for an interesting climax. And I like the way that, you kind of have the resolution between Homer and Bart. And it's like the classic, like, I'll let you hold the bomb.
Yeah.
And the man knows me. Like,
I'm not mad about that. Like, it fits their dynamic. It makes sense.
There's also like, you get a lot of like interesting bits once you start to come back to the dome, and like the townsfolk, like, you got Mo talking about how he's like emperor of the dome, like that. There's another bit too that was really funny. The robot under too much pressure. Like,
yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah,
it's good stuff. So it's all working, and like, I like it a lot more than the time he spent in Alaska. That's for sure.
Right. I don't know. Like, I'm absolutely on board with what you're saying. Like, I'm more okay with the ending than the midpoint Alaska stuff. I just like, I can see the exact same story and the exact same like issue at hand being in play, just under, like, say, Mr. Burns. Like, this isn't like completely different than his ploy of blocking out the sun. It's just, it's a dome this time, right?
Yeah. Like, he wants to steal Springfield, like, just classic supervillain stuff.
That's what I mean, right? So I guess, my closing thoughts, like, I would have just really preferred a more personal touch. Like, it does feel a little hollow for the fans of the show. And it just makes me wonder if, we did do this intentionally so as not to lose appeal to people who are more casual, right? Like, selecting things like Alaska, like the EPA, even bringing in Tom Hanks. Like, Tom Hanks he's got the juice, right? Yeah. So it's like less secondary characters and I guess more broader audience appeal was the sacrifice here.
Which is like an interesting like decision to make, because like this show has 18 seasons by the time it makes a movie. What do you need broader audience appeal for? It's like the show works.
What, this and Seinfeld are probably the most popular shows at the time. I mean,
yeah,
Friends.
And it's funny, like, Seinfeld's been off the air for 7 years. It's like I don't know what they don't understand. And it was shocking to me, because I didn't look up who actually wrote it, but to hear it was like the original writers, it was shocking, some of the decisions they made. And part of me wants to believe that they were forced to do that by the studio.
You think so?
I feel like there's got to be a version of this movie that exists that doesn't do these things. Because like the writers of The Simpsons, we started this episode off talking about how smart they are.
Yeah.
I don't think they make those decisions. Like it just doesn't feel in character of the writers to make these decisions.
So I guess a good comp here would be like we've had 2-part episodes before, right? So like Who Shot Mr. Burns, for example.
Yeah.
Close enough to being a movie. Look at it. It's a classic episode. Like it fits all of the like usual beats and gags of a Simpsons episode, right? There's so many jokes that just feel out of place. For example, the lewd jokes, okay? We have like the big breast jokes, right? With the Indigenous woman that Homer runs into. We have Otto actually hitting the bong.
Yeah. We finally see that.
Whereas normally, they allude to this with it smells like weed, right? It smells like Otto's jacket, the teacher's lounge, like things like this, right? Like I don't know, so much of what's written in this movie just doesn't feel like authentic Simpsons.
Which is what I was trying to get at with like the writers thing, right? It feels weird.
Yes. I totally agree. And lastly, my final point here is, because we're talking about the writing and such, what did you make of Homer? Because personally, like I found him much less likable than usual. Almost Flanderized, if you will, right? Like normally he's a bit of a lovable oaf, right? But in this, I found him to be like selfish and spiteful, and it did detract from like a lot of the gags for me. I don't know about you.
I hear what you're saying, absolutely. But throughout the history of Simpsons, Homer's been whatever they need him to be for the episode at hand. Like sometimes he has super strength. Sometimes he's smart. Sometimes he's an absolute idiot. Other times he's very selfish. Like, so that doesn't feel out of Homer's character to me. I think just some of the other story points sort of revolving around him are what feels so out of place and make him seem worse.
Okay. Because I'm thinking back to like even some of the episodes where we see that like sort of selfish side of him, but like he always like he earns like your empathy, right? Like, I'm thinking of the one where he's got the gun, right? And he ends up hiding the gun in the vegetable crisper.
Jesus.
And it's like you feel bad at the end of the day because you see that recognition that he's fucked up, right? Like he's walking around the house and he's shooting all the light bulbs off, right? Like he's clearly sad, right? But there's nothing about this that makes me feel bad for him when his family leaves him, and like he hasn't really earned like my respect in this movie.
Yeah,
he's just kind of an asshole.
Totally fair.
It doesn't feel like authentic Homer to me. That's
fair.
That's my thoughts on him anyway. Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk funniest scenes. There's a whole bunch that we skipped right over. Why don't you kick it off?
One of my favorites, and I don't know if you have this one, but Homer going through the sinkhole, and he like gets stuck, and then Silly goes through, but at the top of his head showing, and Mo just yells, "The top of his head's still showing. Claw at it!" Yeah. And they all start scratching his head. That was a really good one. That felt very like Simpsons golden era to me. Like that was a good Mo line. How about you? What do you got?
So I mean, I'll kick mine off with not so much a funny scene, but an iconic moment for me. It's from the get-go, like seeing Ralph waving from the 20th Century Fox logo. It brought back like so much nostalgia. If we're actually talking funny scenes though, like right off the get-go again, Homer doing chores and placing the hornet's nest in Flanders' mailbox.
That's a good one.
It's like it's not enough to just place it in the mailbox, but he has to shake it too.
Yeah. Gotta get them all riled up.
Severe lack of Mo in this, but he does have a funny line. Lisa's presenting on Lake Springfield. Did you have this one too?
No, I know what one you're talking about though.
And we learn she put lake water in everyone's drinking glasses, and Mo spits it out, and he goes, "This is why we should hate kids."
Yeah. It's so funny. It's really funny because doesn't he in one episode do the somebody think of the children line when what's her face doesn't do it?
Oh, Helen Lovejoy.
Yeah, it's
probably.
It's a really funny like kind of duality there.
Of course, the 4 states that border Springfield being Ohio, Nevada, Maine, and Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like I'm Canadian and I know that's like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it makes no sense. 4 states can't border the same place, right? Well, I mean, can they? Like physically?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it is. It's the other bit that they've done before where it's like the 5 corners, I think, of Springfield. What else do you have? Do you have anything?
Yeah. Another Mo one. Like Mo for how much he wasn't in it had some really good stuff. While they're in the dome, they start to lose power and the lights go off in the bar and people take some stuff and he's like, now I'm going to turn the lights off again and I want you guys to return all my booze. And then the lights go off and just everything's gone. The whole bar's ripped up. It gave me very big, like they're walking on pipes vibes to me.
You got to give me back my floor. So good.
Another one that I had was during the mob. And again, this is what I really love about Simpsons humor. It's like these little moments that just like blink, miss it kind of thing, right? What's his name? Colin, right? That's the kid's name. He shows up and he like has flowers for Lisa and Carl just looks over and goes, here, let me get that for you, and lights them on fire so he can join the mob.
That's a good one. That's a very Simpsons-esque joke right there. Yeah, 100%. Wiggum. I mean, to me, Wiggum's like, he's got such little screen time again, just like Mo, but he's absolutely crushing it. The police are seen shooting at the dome and bullets come back and hit the police. And Wiggum goes, if you're hurt, raise your hand. And they raise their hand, like struggling to, right? And he goes, this time without the attitude.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Homer dressing up as General Marriott Suites.
That was really funny. Because he reads his name tag, right?
Yeah. He says release the town immediately, like on the leaf. It's written on a leaf.
Why is this written on a leaf?
Just fucking punches him.
Yeah. We'd be remiss if we didn't say a classic Bartism, you know. Oh, you forgot the best part, the treasure. Yeah, the treasure of I'm a wiener.
The last one I have is at the very end, again, severe lack of Milhouse too.
Yeah.
Milhouse says Colin died and he impersonates him to take care of Lisa.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh man. How is there not more of that little wiener kid down the street? I don't understand. Some of the decisions, man.
I agree.
So hit me. Who's your MVC here?
This one was really tough. Like, I didn't know who to give it to. Like, I kind of almost have like a non-answer that I didn't give it to anybody. But like going through this and discussing just some of the stuff that Mo had, like he felt the funniest to me because it can't, like, Homer doesn't really do a whole lot. Bart doesn't get a whole lot. Like it's weird. Like they don't show a lot of their side characters, but their side characters that they do show have the best bits.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Like I gave it to Wiggum. I mean, the few moments he was on screen always had me howling. The gag with the robot, you touched on it where
that's a good one.
He has
that one really got me.
His robot kills himself and Wiggum goes like, geez, he was talking about doing it, but I didn't think he was serious.
The way the robot too just like is looking at the wires of the bombs like black is ground, red will die. He's like stressing out.
Right? See, that's when the show is at its best. It's and like I'm gonna expose our group chat here. Like we are like literally our personalities are quoting stuff. Like if you haven't noticed that by now, we're on 3 seasons here of this podcast. Like it's very evident. Like we're water cooler bros who just reference movies and shows.
Yeah.
Like 60% of what's referenced is just Simpsons.
Yeah, we have a GIF, like a Simpsons GIF for almost everything.
And the GIFs are never really from the family, right? Like it's all the side characters that are so funny. Like that the Mo Sizlak one that you quoted of, you got to give me back my floor. My customers are walking on pipes is one of my all-time favorite gags. Like it's so funny.
It's ridiculous. Like it makes no, like it's so dumb, but it's so clever and hilarious. Like I don't even know how to describe it.
I guess before we wrap things up today, we're going to revisit a few of our favorite episodes, but I do want your thoughts on the new Simpsons movie that they're making. Like, are you excited? Like,
wait, what? I didn't even know. This is news to me. I'm learning here for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes out 2027. They're doing another one.
Interesting.
I think the poster is literally like, because the first one's him with the donut, right?
Right, yeah.
I think it's maybe 2 donuts.
Yeah, it's 2 donuts or the donut's bitten to look like a 2.
Sure.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, did you check? I saw on Disney, like that the 800th episode aired. Did you check that out?
Oh, I did not know that happened.
Yeah,
So.
I was thinking about watching it to see like, okay, if I watch the 800th episode, I'll probably get an idea of what I've missed for the last how many years.
Like again, I don't watch anymore, so I don't even know if you can call me a fan. Like I think I'm like most fans of the show, like they just reminisce about the golden era. But I do keep tabs via the Simpsons subreddit.
Interesting. Okay.
My understanding is, I don't know if this is just bullshit, but there was a dark age. That's very clear. But then people like to say that I guess the people who grew up with the show started writing for it again, and it got a lot funnier.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So I maybe I will go check out the 800th episode.
I don't like the idea that they have phones now.
I was just about
it's like
to say
they have
that.
like it's weird. It's all weird to me. So what?
Yeah. It doesn't feel the same at all anymore, right? So I don't know if I'd be able to get over, the injection of, I guess, celebrity cameos. I mean, they always did those, right?
Yeah.
But I guess now it's more in your face. Yeah, like you said, the phones and technology. I don't know.
Like one of my almost made my favorite episodes list, but you mentioned celebrity cameos was the I forget the title of it. Blunderdome, the one with Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay.
That's from like a season 12, season 30. The Mel Gibson of it all makes it weird, but that's a funny episode.
Interesting. Okay. Do you want to kick us off then?
Yeah,
What
let's
do you
do it.
got?
Let's dive in. Okay. For my first one, I think this is going to be news to literally nobody, but season 5, episode 2, Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Is just an all-time episode. Sideshow Bob sends threatening letters to Bart saying he's going to kill him, forces the Simpsons into witness protection where they become the Thompsons living on Terror Lake in a boathouse. And this has to just be all-time for everyone, right? Like you get the classic gag here of when I say, hello, Mr. Thompson, you say hi. Hello, Mr. Thompson. And Homer goes, I think he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Just a great bit. Like, do you remember this episode? What are your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's on my list, of course, right?
Yeah.
We get Sideshow Bob with all the rakes, right?
Just oh my god, just so good. Like, it's like, oh, and what about this tattoo that says "Die Bart Die"? No, that's German for "the Bart the."
And the follow-up quote is even funnier. No one who's German could be an evil man. That's fantastic.
It's so great. And we also like, Bart playing to Bob's ego, complimenting his voice and getting him to sing the entire score of the HMS Pinafore.
Yeah,
I don't even get it.
So
I don't even really understand why that's funny, but it is.
And I love his explanation afterwards. I think he's like explaining to Wiggum or the police like what he did, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, of course. Well, let's get him to sing that. That's brilliant,
amazing." And then I'll obviously bake him away toys, like
bake him away toys.
Just
that's an all-time line.
There's so many good things, but what's your first favorite?
So mine's not in like any order. It's semi chronologically, I guess. The first one on my list I have is Homer at the Bat.
Okay, yeah.
Season 3, episode 17. I'm certain this is just on every Simpson fan's all-time list. Homer plays for the nuclear power plant baseball team. Mr. Burns goes out and recruits a dozen MLB players, including Jose Canseco, Don Mattingly. Do something about those sideburns, Mattingly.
That's a good one.
Wade Boggs, Ken Griffey Jr., and of course, Daryl Strawberry. Daryl.
Who wants to see me hit dingers?
It's so good. I have season 4, episode 12, Marge versus the Monorail.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute classic as well. Springfield installs a monorail. Homer gets a job as a conductor. The monorail short circuits, putting everybody on board's lives at risk. This is the famous Conan O'Brien episode.
Right.
He's written 3. This is one of those 3.
I thought it was 4. When I was doing my research, I thought I found 4. I could be wrong.
I counted 3. We get so many classic.
Oh, you know
gags
what it
here,
is?
man.
He wrote segments of one of the Tree Houses of Horror. So
okay.
that, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Actually, while we're on that sidebar, are you a fan of the Treehouse of Horror?
I am a fan of the Tree. Some of the earlier ones, like the blood's not supposed to get off at this floor. Fucking hilarious.
That's a good one. Okay. That is a good quote.
The gas that turns people inside out. Oh, amazing. Like the one with
you mentioned it. Okay.
The one with what's his name? Groundskeeper Willie. Didn't see any of him in this
Oh,
movie. But the one where
yeah.
he's basically the comp to like Freddy.
Freddy, yeah.
That is so good, man. So good.
I was gonna say I'm not a big fan of them, but now that you mention it, like I'm actually laughing at all of
There's a
the
couple
ones that you
really good
brought
ones.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Yeah, but yeah, Marge versus the monorail. I mean, mono means one, rail means rail. That's,
It
how do
also
you top that?
it also is like it I don't know if it kicks off the trend, but like it's in the long lineage of like Simpsons musicals as well. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's so good.
Last but not least, the Leonard Nimoy cameo.
Yeah.
Fucking Barney Gumbel's like, does anybody else want to switch seats? He's sitting
Yeah.
next to him while he's monologuing about a solar eclipse.
So great. So great.
What else do you have?
My second on my list, mine's also kind of just like chronological order. Season 6, episode 1, Bart of Darkness.
Okay.
This might be my top favorite. And I quote it all the time. This is best remembered as the pool episode.
Yeah.
Bart, like basically there's a sweltering heat wave and it leads to the Simpsons putting in a pool. Bart breaks his leg and goes like crazy, not being able to swim all summer. Eventually he thinks Flanders killed Maude.
Yeah. So it's Rear Window, right?
Yeah.
We brought this up before and we didn't know what the movie was, so I made sure to bring it up this time. It's a Rear Window. We know what it is, okay, guys?
Yeah, we got it. But man, this episode has given me so many of my favorite lines. Like, this quote, I say it all the time, but there's no context for it. But I say it all the time. 'Tis a fine barn, but it is no pool. English.
Is it a pool yet? Yeah. Millhouse writes on Bart's cast.
Mill
Mill
pool.
pool. Does
That's a
Tom know
great
what
one.
Epidermis meant?
Yeah. Okay. The way that Nelson explains that, like he's talking to his buddy, he's like, "You see, epidermis means your hair, so really it is showing. Pardon me a moment." And he goes, "Ha ha!" at Bart. It's just a really great sequence.
It's so fucking good.
And then you get like, there's some of that great stuff at the beginning too, like living in the fridge. Like they've got a tent rigged up to the fridge. Just
What does he say? He's like, I got the idea when I noticed the fridge is cool.
yeah. Martin's wearing 17 bathing suits. The idea of a pool mobile, it's
brilliant.
There needs to be a truck that goes around in the neighborhoods in the summer so you can just swim in it. Like that's crazy.
The pool mobile is a brilliant idea. Like it rivals the double-decker couch, in my opinion.
It beats it. 100% beats it. I love Bart too. He's like, well, at least it was nice knowing you. I'm going to live out the rest of my days on the pool mobile. And he tries to like hold his breath.
I'm sure this one's on your list too. Homer Goes to College. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
another Conan O'Brien episode.
Hello, that sounded like a pig falling.
That's literally like the main reason it's on my list. It's one of my favorite all-time gags.
Yeah.
Hello, that sounded like a pig fainting.
That's like the best. It's the best.
Homer wages war with the dean, but it turns out the dean's like actually a really cool guy. I'm trying to remember. Simpsons fans don't come for me here. The dean used to play bass in a band, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
But he gets up and he starts shredding, and he's like, "I actually used to play bass like in the Cranberries or something."
Yeah. It's fine. Like I wanted to go back and like watch all these episodes like that I've been listing, but there was just too many. Like there's
being
so
an
many.
adult, nobody has time anymore, man. I get it. But you know what? Between your list and mine, like I have a bunch of episodes to watch when my wife falls asleep.
Yeah,
next
no
Friday.
kidding. No kidding. Next one on my list. So this is where I kind of veered and like went outside the golden era with season 12, episode 14, New Kids on the Bletch. It's the one where Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, and Ralph form the next boy band. And it's pretty hilarious. Like, you get Justin Timberlake, he just keeps saying word to everybody.
This is Yvonne Niage.
Yeah, Yvonne
right?
Niage.
Yeah.
You get
I remember this. Yeah.
You get LT Smash, who turns out to be Lieutenant LT Smash.
Yeah, which that's such superliminal. Hey, you join the Navy.
Exactly. Homer is running in the marathon, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, Grandpa's running too." No, that's just Dad dehydrated. Like, again, this season like still has some pretty good.
That's a
good
sneaky
gags.
banger of an episode. Yeah. Nice. Curious, you're already going outside the golden era. Lemon of Troy.
Okay, so that's on my honorable mentions list.
Okay, season 6, episode 24.
Yep.
Homer, Bart, and his friends wage war against Shelbyville over a lemon tree. There's so many good gags in this one, man. Like, I guess they finally get the lemon tree and they're driving away, and Shelbyville Homer goes, "Shake harder, boy!"
Shake harder,
shaking their
shake
fists.
harder.
We get Shelbyville Millhouse.
Yeah, that's my thing that I do.
Radical. He said radical.
I feel like I'm gonna explode here.
Wait a minute. There's a lemon behind that lemon-shaped rock.
Yeah. It's like I put it on my honorable mentions, but it should just be on my favorites list. Like I said, it got way too long of a list, so I watched 3 of them.
It's really hard. I have like 3 more on my list too. We can fly through them here.
There's a couple more I can speak to as well.
This is a sneaky pick here. Season 6, episode 2, Lisa's rival. And let me explain this. So this is the one where we get Allison. So Lisa's nemesis. She's a new girl at school.
Right.
She's younger and smarter than her. But to me, the B plot is so funny that this deserves an honorable mention. The B plot has to do with Homer coming into an abundance of sugar that he just kind of like
I remember
gets
that.
off the highway and he keeps in a giant pile in his yard.
Oh,
so he
man.
tries to sell it, right? And Marge points out, you're selling it for more than the grocery stores. And the ones at the grocery stores don't have nails and glass in it.
That's so
And then,
good.
of course, we get a hilarious conclusion to it with him finding this like either English or French like aristocrat like hiding in it, and he goes, "Hey, I told you to stay out of my mountain of sugar." The beekeepers come into it, and they're ready to pay him, but it starts raining, and they're going, "Hang on a sec, the bees are leaving." Right?
That whole plot line with the sugar is amazing. When you mentioned the title name, like I have no idea what this episode is, and then you brought up the sugar. I'm like, there it goes.
I want to mention one more, and then I'm sure this final one is also on your list. Two Bad Neighbors. This is the George H. Bush episode.
Right. Yeah.
It came out in 1996, so obviously, like even on rerun, at a young age, I didn't understand like why it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
But as I've gotten older, like I've grown to love it and appreciate this episode so much more. Him at the press conference in the rainbow wig that Homer stuck on his head, and he's fielding questions. But before he allows people to answer, he has to remind everyone, please don't ask me about the wig again. It's just, it's so fucking funny. Like the fight in the sewers, like here's a little thing we learned in the CIA, The Dennis the Menace comp is just fantastic writing. I think Homer's like on the roof and he drops 2 cardboard cutouts, one of Jeb Bush Jr. and George Bush Jr. And he... Fucking George Bush is looking through the people and he goes, hey Barb, the boys are here. They just float away and that's how he gets them with the wig. It's so fucking funny, man.
Oh, that's a great, dude, there's just too many episodes to the list. Here's like a couple from my honorable mentions. Like you mentioned Lemon of Troy.
Yeah.
I also had like Mr. Plow. That name again is Mr. Plow. Deep Space Homer. Watch out, they're ruffled. Like
President James Taylor.
Yeah, the inanimate carbon rod like gets the parade. Homer the Great, like the Stonecutters, who keeps the Martians under wraps. We do like so amazing.
The No Homers Club. We're allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
One.
Or, you get Bart versus Australia, season 6, episode 16.
Yeah, it was hard to not put that one on my list. Yeah, I would have called him Chuzwuzzlers.
And then, like, I had season 7, episode 2, Radioactive Man.
Yeah.
Episode 4 from the same season, Bart sells his soul. Neither one of us mentioned You Only Move Twice, which
that's the last one I want to bring up.
Right,
It's the obvious choice. Like, they moved to Cypress Creek. It's the Hank Scorpio episode. Like, that might be my favorite episode of all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's so funny, man. Hey, Homer, if you want to kill somebody on your way out, I'd really appreciate it. Like, he goes, do you have any sugar? Sugar, of course. And he hands him the sugar, like, in his hands from his pockets. And he goes, do you want cream?
What a great episode, man. Oh my God.
Trying to kill James Bond, I think, in it, right?
I can't, that's the one that I need to go back and watch because I was like, I need to watch this one, but I don't have enough time.
You should. Hammocks, of course. They're all in the hammock district. Like it's so good. You ever see a man, what does he say? You ever see a man say goodbye to a pair of shoes? Get the hell out of here. And he throws his loafers onto the streets. The bum rush, like it's so fucking good, dude. That might actually be my favorite episode of all time.
Yeah, there's just so many good ones. I don't know how we picked just whittling it down to that many.
I got one last honorable mention, and then we'll let our listeners go. It's season 8, episode 18, Homer versus the 18th Amendment, the Beer Baron.
Yeah, that's a great one.
For the longest time, my my handle was Rex Banner.
It's so that's the inspector guy, right?
Yeah, it hasn't been a very good birthday, or it's not a very happy birthday for Rex Banner, and he's got this giant Sunday kaboom. Yeah, it's an all-time bad.
All the the gags of running the booze, like hiding it in bowling balls, and just it's just so good.
I used to do Simpsons trivia back in Ottawa with some friends, and we did a diorama Rama night, and somebody recreated the pathway from Moe's Tavern to Homer's house, and they used a marble as the bowling ball, so it was like the most detailed diorama I've ever seen.
That's
and it actually
cool.
worked. It was like mousetrap. They'd roll the marble down and obviously painted it to look like a bowling ball. It was just incredible stuff.
The creativity of some people, eh?
Shout out to Lord Palmerston. I think that was their trivia name.
That's great. Hey, TFME listeners. Hope you enjoyed our Simpsons movie episode. Just a quick announcement. Due to unforeseen scheduling issues, there will be no new pod next week. We're sorry. Instead, we'll have a re-release of a popular episode and be back with new episodes on March 25th, starting with Kindergarten Cop.